Hello, and today we're in Proverbs chapter 18, starting in verse 6. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth, verse 7, is his destruction, and his lips are a snare of his soul. The word, so here's what he's saying today: a fool's mouth. uh, don't, don't think about what you have to say before you say it. Because when something comes out of your lips, man, it can call for people to get upset, calling for blows. It can snare you because, oh, I didn't really mean to say that. Have you ever had that? And, boy, that's not what I meant to say. That's the definition of being foolish with your speak. You need to think about what you say. A great phrase, a pastor, a friend of mine who's now gone to be with the Lord, told me this. I don't know if it's his original quote or not, but he says it's not everything that comes into your head has to come out of your mouth. That is a really good piece of wisdom for us to remember. Not everything that comes in here has to come out of your mouth. I have fallen for that trap so many times, and I have to think about that and go, because you know what? When it comes out here, the people. Here's the thing: no matter what you think in your head, they don't know what's all going in your thought process. But when it comes out, that's what they judge by. That's what they react to. And you need to make sure that it doesn't lead to blows. It doesn't lead to contention. It doesn't lead to your destruction. And it doesn't trip you up. And who's in control of this? You are. So how do you do that? How do you control that? It's real simple. Think about what you're going to say. And before you say something, you think it's going to come out wrong or you have any, just say, hey, Lord, help me say the right thing. Sometimes we can say the wrong thing, but God can make a change in the hearers. God can fix anything if we allow Him to be part of the process. And that's why it's so important. Every day, it says in Romans, to die daily to the Lord. To not die personally, but say, God, this is not my life, it's yours. Hey, what comes out of my mouth today? Lord, help it to be yours and not mine. What a great way to start every single day. Because so many times we have said things and we have looked foolish. And remember, think about what you say before you say. Hey, if you're in a heated conversation, that's probably the best time to sit back and go, I need to think. Silence. You ever heard the phrase silence is golden? It is. Because once things come out of your mouth, if they come out wrongly, they can lead to all these things that we just talked about here. And who wants that in their life? No one wants that in their life. What causes the most problems in your life? I'll tell you, it's what you say and how someone reacts to it. So think about what's coming out of this mouth and don't be foolish. Don't be a fool to rush into that. The next verse 8 says, the words of a talebearer are like tasty trifles. They go down into the inmost body. And we're saying talebearer here is actually a fancy way of saying gossip. All right. What is gossip? Gossip is simply this. Hey, I heard this about somebody else. Let me tell you what I heard. That's not really what it is. Here's what gossip is. I heard this from someone else. Now, let me tell you what I think they said. Let me tell you my version of this. Gossip is never the truth. Ever. Let me tell you. I can tell you, I can use the word never. Gossip is never the truth. It might have parts of the truth, but remember, if you have parts of the truth and parts of it's a lie, the whole thing is a lie. The whole thing is bad. There is nothing good about gossip. That's why God says, if you have a problem with someone, don't hear from somebody else. Go talk to the person. If someone's telling you about somebody else, tell them to stop and say, hey, did you go talk to that person? Or you say, hey, let me go talk to that person. I've done that many times. You know what happens when the gossip? I say, well, let me go talk to so-and-so. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't tell them what I told you. Okay, if someone says, don't let them know what I told you, or keep me out of this, that should be a big time red flag, alarm bells going off in your head that what they just told you about so-and-so isn't all true. Because if it's all true, you can stand on the truth. The truth will set you free. No one should be afraid of you repeating something to someone else if it's 100% true. The only reason they're afraid of you repeating it to someone else is because what they told you wasn't 100% true. Okay? Do not, that's what destroys churches, it destroys governments, it destroys friendships. And this is not just a Christian thing. This is relationship 101. Don't listen to that. Don't let someone be a talebearer. And it says it, they're tasty because we eat it up. We're like, oh boy, did you hear the latest dirt? The problem is You can go to the bank that if you heard it from someone else, it is not 100% true. Because they're not going to repeat it perfectly back to you. They're going to put their own spin on it because that's what we as humans do. And here's how you find out. And here's you might say, maybe they are right. Or here's the litmus test for that is real simple. Oh, well, before I make up my mind about this person or this situation, let me go talk to this person. Once again, if they go, oh, leave me out of it. No, don't go talk to them. You know right there and then that what they told you, they cannot prove or they cannot stand behind it 100%. And they themselves don't even know if it's true. Now, if they say, oh, yeah, go ahead, go talk to them, guess what? You can kind of take a lot more stock in what they said that it's true. Or at least they're being genuine. Okay? But remember, God says, if you have a problem with someone, go right to the person. Matthew 18:15. Then bring someone else, then tell the whole church. We tend to do it backwards. Matthew 18:15-17. Greatest verses in the Bible to have you have a much better life with other human beings. Okay? And those verses totally go against being a gossip or a talebearer. Absolutely have to make sure that you do not do that. And like I said, people love to do it. It's tasty. And it goes down the innermost and it causes so much problems with so many people. That's why God says nip it in the bud. But here's the deal. If someone comes to you and gossips about somebody else, the litmus, real simple. Just say, hey, let me go talk to so-and-so. If they try to stop you or tell you to keep your name out of it, you can go to the bank that what they told you is not 100% true. Because no one's afraid of the truth. No one should be afraid. The truth is what? The truth is not subjective. And they're not, and also they're not being genuine because they put a little spin on it to either make them look good or make the person look bad or to make it really tasty so you'll want to listen to them because it makes their ego feel good. No. Don't allow that into your life. Don't allow those people to do that. And when you start saying, hey, I'm going to go talk to that person, oh, don't talk to them about me. Guess what? What'll happen when you do that? Guess what'll happen? Those people who are gossips, they won't come gossip to you anymore because they know you'll out them. And you'll solve that. Well, what if I lose a friend over that? Do you really if your friend is gossiping about someone else, what's going to stop them from gossiping about you? Ooh, is that interesting to think about? So, hope you have a great weekend. Great wisdom from the book of Proverbs. So, hope you have a great day. Remember, Jesus loves you. I love you. And you are absolutely awesome.